I think you may have seen this, but I had an interesting debate a couple weeks ago between Michael Shermer from Skeptic magazine and Dennis Prager, who's a conservative, arguing that the necessity for God to live a moral life. Now, I'm pretty clear which side you're on this.
Well, but I disagree with both, right?
Okay.
Because I disagree with Shermer's basis for establishing.
So that's why I wanted to get to.
Yeah, so he's too much of a skeptic, in my view. So he rejects, and this is the problem, I think, with a lot of the new atheists, is I find them conventional when it comes to morality. And this is the funny thing. I find, Harris and Shermer and Dawkins, very Christian in their moral beliefs. So they accept Christian morality without attributing it, of course, to Christianity. They accept the commandments, if you will, of Christian morality without challenging them. And what Rand does, what I believe...
What do you mean they accept them as opposed to accepting them as opposed to
rethinking them? As opposed to rethinking them. As opposed to saying, okay, we got a blank slate, right? We're going to take science and apply it to morality. And so they accept, for example, that sacrifice, that selflessness is morally good. You can't justify that if you think of morality from a scientific perspective. You can't justify that when you think from an individualistic perspective. How can selflessness be a good thing? I am here. I am alive. It's me. Shouldn't I care about my life as the standard for everything? If there's no God that I have to adjust myself to, that maybe is a higher power more important than me. Isn't my life the most important thing in the universe to me, right? And then based on that, shouldn't I then think, okay, what are the values and virtues that my life requires? And that I would argue is a scientific question. We have to look at the world and see what works for human being, what doesn't. Violence clearly doesn't work. It's very destructive. Reason, every human achievement, every value, everything we have is a product of reason. So I say, okay, so if I care about my life, what I need to pursue more than anything else is reason, is my ability to understand the world and then to try to shape the world, to make it possible for me to live in it.